Hello everyone, welcome to next session of our SAP basis training. In this particular session we will be discussing about Java cluster architecture in terms of internal structures. As we know, in Java instance we have two main components. First one is the server, another one is the Java dispatcher. The server process, which provides the infrastructure in which the Java J2EE application can run, and the Java dispatcher distributes the client request to free server process instance. These are main two components of your Java instance. As you know, the Java instance means that it always run in one physical server, where one or more instance can run in one specific server. So how do we identify an SAP instance? Using SID, and the SID also will have specific instant ID which will represent the specific system, that is the SID, and the instance number will vary depending on the number of instances you are defining in your SAP system. Next, let us see what is Java cluster. You can see in this specific diagram, you have one Java cluster with one instance. So what we seen before, the Java cluster consists of all Java components. That is the Java instance, that means the dispatcher as well as the server process is called the Java instance, and you have the central services, that is your enqueue server and the message server is totally the central services, and the database. All together it's called Java cluster. This is one instance. You can have multiple instances in the Java cluster as well. So let's go to the next one. Here you can see multiple instances in this particular Java cluster, where you have more than one server process and the central process is only one. So that's the main difference. So each server process or each instance, you will have separate Java dispatchers, and the central process is managed centrally. For example, the enqueue server as well as the message server will be managed centrally, similar to ABAP. In this slide, you can see how the individual requests are being processed. In general, client requests from an SAP NetWeaver Java are requested or distributed through dispatcher. So meaning whenever the client is requesting any processes, server process, then it comes to dispatcher. Dispatcher will find available server, which is free available server, then it will allocate the available server based on the algorithm which is called round robin algorithms. If let's say the connection is already available for the specific client with a specific server, then it will redirect to the specific server. Here you could see how the individual client is requesting. For example, whenever the request coming from the specific client, then the request will be sent to the connection request handler. Connection request handler in turn will check the load balancing of the specific servers. Then it will be initialized. Then it will initialize the object to be connected to the connection manager. Connection manager will identify what kind of services which is required. Then it, based on that, it will provide the information to communication handler. For example, if let's say it is a HTTP request, then it will be handled accordingly. So based on that, the specific process or the application will be redirected to the server process, where the server process will do the necessary processing. As we said, that server process is a multi-threaded server. Again, as we discussed, the server process is multi-threaded server, so that it can handle multiple requests in parallel. Here you could see the internal structure of Java, where you can see the applications, how it has been running. You have J2EE API and SAP API, which will in turn talk to the J2E component individually, where you have interface, library, and services. Then you have the API framework, which will in turn communicate to the managers and Java enterprise runtime. This is the internal structure of Java. And you can see here the Java container, what we have seen it previously in the SAP NetWeaver application server. In the application layer, we have web container and the EJB container, the Java Bean, and the database connector, that is the JDBC, and you also have web services container. With this, we are coming to end of this particular session. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you in the next session. Bye-bye.